A 13-year-old boy fends off a burglary suspect, shooting the intruder as he tried to break into his home.
They gonna shoot me?
All they gotta do is go like that. Last time I checked, the gun don't care who's pulling the trigger.
Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms, NRA certification and multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. And if you like my channel, like my content, and what I do here, you can support me with the link. Everything is appreciated. Let's talk about this. Now, this story is coming out 6 days ago out of Phoenix, Arizona. Gist of the story: a man who apparently was high on methamphetamines with a long felony record was trying to break into the home of a woman and her, I believe, 5 children. She had a firearm. She demanded the man leave. He refused. He broke out a window, came in, and the mother froze. Her 13-year-old son stepped up, took the gun from his mother, and shot the assailant several times. Now, you saw a little bit of video in there in the beginning, so let's go ahead and get some context.
That's right. I spoke with the boy's parents, and the protector of the home, the hero in this case, is a 13-year-old. His name is Luis, and he's in 8th grade. He was home late Friday night with his mother and 4 sisters when a man tried to break into their house, breaking a window, trying to force his way inside the home. Now, Luis and his mother both confronted this intruder. It was the mother that was armed, and she was also trying to dial 911 and call police. And when Luis saw his mother kind of struggling with the firearm, he is the one that took it from her hand and pulled the trigger, shooting that intruder in the abdomen and in the arm. And as you can imagine, that 13-year-old is still traumatized by the incident, although his family considers him a hero. His mother told me, Luis says, he did what he had to do to protect his mother and his 4 sisters. Phoenix police say they found 35-year-old Juan Saavedra with several gunshot wounds to his abdomen and right arm. Police say he admitted to breaking into the house and that he was high on methamphetamine at the time. He also told police he was trying to find the friend he had been doing drugs with earlier when he broke into the house. Saavedra was banging on a door, then shattered a window despite being warned to leave the property.
Heard that, and you saw that. Now, as I said, for all the crap that teenagers do, violent teenagers do with guns, here's an example of a teenager protecting not his homestead, his mother, and his sisters. And kudos and applaud to him. I hope he's okay, because, you know, no matter what, there's going to be a mental impact of harming another human being, but he did what he had to do, because this dude's strung out on meth. God knows what he was going to do in the house. So kudos to this kid. Now, freezing when put in that position is not unusual, so I'm not going to hold the mother to anything. It can happen. That's why you train as much as you can to make it an automatic reaction. But apparently this kid was definitely had his faculties straight and did what he had to do. Now I want to real quick just go brief over this here, but this is coming out of the Phoenix, Fox 10 Phoenix newsroom. And this is just their breakdown. When officers arrived at around 10:13 p.m., they contacted a man in front of the home, later identified as Saavedra. As officers approached this male, they observed him to be suffering from a apparent gunshot wound to his abdomen and right arm, read a portion of the court documents. Eventually, police made contact with the alleged victim, who told officers she had received a motion notification on her security system, and then saw Saavedra on her security camera walking around the front of her home. Okay, and we know that, but we saw that, but then I'm come right to here. Let's get to the meat. The victim stated she stood with the firearm. She observed the defendant's hand coming through the now open and broken window and reached for the doorknob. an attempt to open the door, read a portion of the statement. The victim stated at this point her 13-year-old son, seeing that the defendant was attempting to make entry and his mother was not firing the firearm in fear for the safety of himself and family, took the firearm from his mother and fired the firearm towards the defendant, striking him. Good for him. But here's the problem with this is our suspect. Here's the problem. His major concern while he was in court was whether or not he was going to get out.
Juan Saavedra, September 11, 1987.
Saavedra was treated and released from the hospital for his gunshot wounds. At his first court appearance, his only concern appeared to be getting out of jail.
I'm not going to be released.
If you post your bond, you'll be released.
With his extensive record, he still managed to get bail. This is what is wrong with our damn system. It's not gun ownership. It's not the type of gun ownership. It's not the amount of ammunition one can put into any magazine. It is a failure of holding people accountable for the behavior and actions. $51,000 bail, he'll, what is it, like 5%, 10% of that? He's back on the streets. He's a meth head. What's he gonna go back to? We'll go right back to what he was doing before he got caught. And what is it going to take for him? Is it going to take him killing somebody before somebody steps up and says, yeah, maybe we should really start taking a good hard look at how we handle these kind of situations. Kudos to this kid. He did a phenomenal job. And I just don't see anything good coming of this, because if he gets out on bail, because he was already on probation for another crime when he did this. What do you think he's going to go back to? This is a problem with our system. But once again, kudos to this kid for doing what he had to do. Applause. And once again, another story that you're not going to hear in the mainstream media, because a teenager used the gun for a lawful and just purpose. But let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any statements of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you're notified the next time a video goes live. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.